Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Adra, I'm the co-founder and CTO of dOCR Vision. So we are an AI-based technology company focusing on container port automation. So this will be an entirely different field. So growing up, I never imagined myself in container ports, cranes, or shipping yards. But here I'm standing before you as a founder of a deep tech company which transforms port operations. So I was into AI. I did my master's in data science almost 8 years back. So that time AI was not that popular, it was just starting. And I have worked in 8, 9 years in this industry in India and UAE. So some of the major projects that I worked on was autonomous vehicle. And I was working on the perception part of autonomous vehicle, helping the car to drive properly, to understand what it sees around its world. So I was good at developing technology which helps any system to help and understand, read its surroundings with the help of camera. So this is a basic statistics, maybe every one of you may be aware. So there are 20 to 30% of jobs around the world are done by women. And 14% of the CTO positions are only held by women. But when it comes to maritime tech, only 2% of women are there in the maritime industry. So I stand at the intersection of 3 male-dominated industries. So we built dOCR Vision in 2021 with a vision to develop the complete port automation solution. So digital transformations were happening all around the world, but logistics in industry was the one which is the very old industry, and tech was not tech or digitization was not entering into that field for a very long time. Everything was manual. So imagine this: when a truck comes at the gate, the driver hands over a lot of documents and errors creep in, inefficiencies. There is a long queue of trucks waiting in front of the terminals. So if you have been to any container terminals, you would have seen a big queue of trucks waiting in, emitting a lot of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. So the reason behind why it's waiting is that it takes almost 7+ minutes for a container truck to be verified, like all the verifications, document handling, everything. So for the truck to get in, it takes like 7 minutes, and the queue piles up. So for us, the main aim was to develop a technology by which this congestion can be reduced. So we installed cameras at the entry and exit gates of ports, and the truck doesn't have to wait in front of the gate. They can just pass in front of the camera, and all the information will be extracted in real time, and the data will be sent to the TOS, or a terminal operating system. So there will be different kinds of operating system, which is called terminal operating system, which is handled by ports. So this is the technology that we have built. But getting into ports was not an easy thing, because to get an entry into the port, it will take like almost 2-3 hours to just get into the port, because there are so many procedures. And after surpassing all these things, if you have to, you cannot even take a selfie inside a port, which is not allowed, because all the arms, ammunitions, everything comes to the port. So it is very strict. So we have developed something out of camera by placing camera inside the port and collecting the data for around 1 year continuously. So getting access to the port data, that was the very difficult part. It was very difficult to convince a port operator that this solution can be used in your port, and you will be able to improve your efficiency, throughput, truck turnaround time. So that was a difficult part. Since this industry is like, only the decision makers are all 40, 50. So they are in that age range. So even when we go, they don't take us seriously because they think that maybe what if this company shut down after 2 years? Like what if they buy our product and we shut down? So for us, it was very difficult to convince them and make us use their product. So initially what we, when we approached them, what we told them was like, just use our product. You don't have to buy also, just use our product. But for them to use our product, it requires like 7-8 lakhs of rupees from their side. So we have to convince them to invest that money so that they can use our product. So this whole process was like very time consuming, and they were not believing us that we were developing something for them which is useful for them. So this is how the whole journey of Docker Vision went. And we got an access to a container freight station, which is a small port. And we installed cameras there for around 1 year. We continuously developed our product because without product, we cannot go and talk to any customers in B2B especially. So we built the product. Even after building the product, like when we went to major ports like DP World, Adani and all, the main doubt that they had was, like we didn't have anything to show, like we had a video. Like I'll show at the end of this session, or maybe we can play it now itself. So this video was taken. We didn't have access to the port at that point in time. So what we did was, we just temporarily hang a camera in the car in a highway in Cochin, and when the truck was moving in the highway, we captured so that we could prove them that our solution works. Because there was no other way, like we could get into the port and show them. So this was a normal CCTV camera connected to a laptop, and this is a highway in Cochin. So here we identify rail rake numbers as well as the container number. So for this one, we identify the wagon number, railway zone, manufacturing year, everything that is moving from a train, that is moving at a speed of 80 to 90 km per hour. So for testing all these things, we didn't have a test bed. So we were, to develop the rail particularly, we were spending almost 2 weeks entirely in the railway station because wagon trains are very less. So when we wait from morning till evening, maybe you'll get two wagon trains. So if there is any changes to your code, to test the live code, you have to wait for the next train to come. So it was that difficult to test the solution and to prove. So as I said, there are 20 million plus containers in transit worldwide at any given point of time. And this is how normally a container port's gate looks like. So there will be a lot of congestion at the gate because of the manual process, like how they have to verify the container number, ISO code, if there are damages in the container, if the seals are intact, if it carries any hazardous goods. So all these things together, it takes like 7 minutes for one single truck to get inside or outside. So the solution that we built was simple. We just installed 2 to 6 number of cameras at their gate. So the truck doesn't have to stop in front of the gate. Like you would have seen the toll gates, right? So the truck, but the cars and vehicles have to wait for at least like 2-3 seconds for the money to be deducted from the account. But here, the truck doesn't have to stop. So by the time we install cameras like 20 meters before the boom barrier, so that by the time the truck reaches there, we have all the information. We extract everything in real time, and by the time truck reaches the boom barrier, it will automatically open. So the next difficult part was the integration with the port software. So before integrating, they have to try our solution. So to try our solution, we are giving an application so that they can cross-validate our results. So apart from this, what else we are doing, the impact that we are creating for the logistic industry is that we are able to reduce the congestion. Not only the congestion, every idling truck emits 500 grams of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Imagine if it's like 10 trucks or something, it's fine. But the scenario is not 10 trucks. Like for each gate, it will be like very long queue. Like there have been cases in Chennai and all, where the trucks, the queue went outside and it was like the whole highway was stuck. So there are situations like that also. So our main aim was to develop software which works with any hardware, because there are companies, there are competitions in India and abroad also, but the main advantage of us is that we have developed a technology which works with any hardware. So if you have to try your software, you can just purchase any IP camera that is available in in the local market, and you will be able to test our solution. So we have developed everything completely in-house, because to identify container numbers that comes in a particular standard, we had to collect data. We have trained our model with 200,000 images from different locations all over India and UAE. And we have trained our model so that it works perfectly for the container numbers. So everything is in-house, so that if any changes are required, like each port is different. So when you go from one port to the other, you will have to do changes. So that will be easy when everything is in-house. So if you are using any available open source software, you will be able to achieve up to an accuracy of 90%, 92%. But more than that, if you have to increase, you will have to train your own model. So you will have a greater control on your data. So till date, we have developed these many products. So containers comes through road, rail, and sea. So when they're coming by different modes of transport, we are identifying the containers. So gate OCR is for road, rail OCR when they come through railway. Crane OCR is when they come by ship and it is picked by the cranes and put to the trucks inside the port. RTG, RMG is inside the yard when containers are lifted and then put to some other places. That is the yard operations. ANPR is the vehicle number plate recognition, which is again a part of gate OCR. Document OCR is drivers comes with a variety of documents, like it can be up to 300 pages of documents. So 300 pages means it will take 1 week for them to verify. So what we have done is that just upload before you're reaching the terminal, and up to 300 pages means in 66 seconds we'll be able to extract all the information. The other thing that we have developed other than this, like everything is related to container ports. So visual based surveillance where the people are wearing proper PPE or not. And the face recognition of the driver. So there are trucks where this particular driver has to bring this particular container to the port. So in that case, we have to verify if this is the correct driver who has brought this container to the port. So these are the products that we have developed. So for me, the main challenge was I was good at developing algorithms that helps the machines to see. But I was not sure if I develop a product for my own company and give it to people, give it for clients to use, will it work or not? So I was not sure about that. So when we were giving trials to people, we were like continuously making our technology better and better. But when big giants come and recognize us for our efforts, that's when we feel that, okay, we have done something. So usually as women, we all have self-doubts. So I had a lot of self-doubt about my skills and all, because like even if you go to a port and all, who developed this product and they say that it's me, like they usually like, they are like 40, 50 age, and when they look at me, they really, did you develop? So I had questions like that before. So this, when all this recognition came, so that's when I had a feeling like, okay, I did something. So we have been supported by Microsoft, Google for Startups, NVIDIA Inception Program. We've been partnered with Intel and AWS. So Microsoft and Google has provided us with credits of like $500,000. So they also give their expert guidance for developing Gen AI projects. So yeah, that's about Docker Vision and my journey. I would love to connect with each and every one of you. So let's be in touch. Thank you for listening. Thank you.